Hey Gemini, Happy New Year. I'm so excited to be here. Welcome to January. I'm Tamil. I'm the founder of Overflow. Every month I channel oracle guidance for the collective and for the Overflow community at large, which is you. And then we go deeper inside the sanctuary, which is our private membership space for communion with self and soul family. And I invite you to join. You can join through the end of this first full week in January, and then we'll be closing that space for the quarter with the intent of cultivating more intimacy and more connection. And so we'd love to have you if these messages resonate and you're seeking to be in community. I also am starting an immersion program. It is a 12-week program. So there are a few people inside the sanctuary who are joining. You do not have to be a member of the sanctuary to join, but when you do enroll in that program, you get access to the sanctuary through 2021. So if you've been thinking about joining or wanting to work with me in a more intimate way and in a way that's long-term for more lasting transformation versus just a one-on-one reading on like an issue that you have or something you're wanting clarity over, this is the reason why this program was downloaded to me, so that I can serve in a different way. So I'm excited. You can check all of those things out in the bio. So this is like the third or fourth time that I've started this video and something weird has happened, whether there's like a really loud noise or my kids were like playing and laughing, which is amazing. It's fine. Like, this is their home. That's what they're supposed to do. Or maybe I got really tongue twisted in the beginning, much more than usual. And so I never got too far. It's not like I was channeling the whole message and then I had to stop or anything like that. But it was just about like getting started and getting a clear start. And so I already have your cards out, and there's Spirit of Place and Golden Palace with Sad Embrace. And the feeling that I was getting is that you've been disconnected and even isolated so long that it doesn't feel like you're yourself right now. And it's not that there's anything wrong with being in solitude, especially for the winter, but it's like you haven't stimulated your brain enough. And obviously being an air sign and being very mercurial, like, you need some kind of activity, right? To kind of get you connected or feeling like yourself again. Being in community or reaching out to your friends, reaching out to your loved ones, even if they probably been giving you space because they know that, like, okay, maybe you were overloaded, overburdened, or you've requested some space or like some time to process some things. But now it's kind of time for you to either share what you've been learning, share what you've been thinking about, or even have a conversation with yourself. Obviously, like with your twin energy, it's almost like you've been ignoring an entire aspect of yourself, however that resonates, and just not engaging with it at all. So what I feel is that both of these are kind of the keys to the month ahead, not really like this one being strength and this one being challenge, because they came out together. So I'm going to read both aspects for you of each. Even now, a huge plane just flew over. I don't know where that came from, but I'm not going to start over because of that. Okay, authenticity is the essence of power. Our ancient ancestors believed that every place had a spirit looking after it or embodying it. Just as we have a soul, the plants, trees, birds, mountains, and rivers have their own essences. When the spirit of place arrives in your reading, it says that the answer to your query is in the overarching theme of your circumstances. Is your question about a struggle? The answer is to relax and let go of your need to control the situation. If your inquiry relates to finding love, then embody love rather than long for it. Once you find the essential truth that underlies your question and then name it, you'll discover that the answer you've been seeking. The greatest power is in your authenticity. And then in the challenge position, it says, don't get entangled in details or desires that obscure the truth of your situation. Step back and ask yourself, what is the real nature of my inquiry? Even exquisitely seductive hidden agendas cannot conceal this. Trust your intuition. The spirit of place is whispering in your ear. You hold the power to tell the truth, first to yourself, then to the world. You can always distinguish between an essence that is true and one that is synthetic. And we are talking about like programming and scripts inside the sanctuary, like things that you're just running on that aren't necessarily true or reflect the essence of who you are, but they're maybe learned or adapted behaviors. And I feel like this is kind of speaking to that part that I was channeling around, like shutting off a whole part of you or ignoring a whole part of you. Now you will engage something, activate something, awaken something within you that allows you to turn off that script or turn off that program, or allows you to engage in yourself in a more honest way, so that you will literally enhance all of the relationships around you. It's almost like where it says you long for love but embody love. Where are the ways in which you've said that you were longing for like intimacy or connection, but when there's like a challenge or a difficulty or something that emerges, instead of embodying more love, you mirror or reflect maybe the capacity of another, right? Versus being true to what it is that you actually feel and can give, but doing so without expectation. And so there's a lot of vulnerability happening, but also like overriding of what protective mechanisms or like some type of autopilot that you've been running on. So let's look at Golden Palace. There is always enough. The Golden Palace card represents good fortunes, ambition, fulfilled, wealth, and prosperity. It may also indicate emotional fulfillment, as perhaps you're entering into a time of happiness that's long overdue. The message here is that self-worth isn't measured by what you have, no matter how abundant your life is. Instead, it comes from what you are, how authentically you're living your life, and how much love you're willing to share. Granted, receiving this card does not indicate material gain and furthering of tangible rewards, but things come and go, and knowing your true value leads to even greater riches now. Share the wealth. See, that's what I was saying. Like, you don't necessarily have to mimic what's being presented to you because you're growing. Let go of your tight hold on what you believe security should look like. This is the shadow aspect or the challenge. Now is the time to conserve your energy and count your blessings. Resist the pull to become miserly. There will be enough money, love, youth, food, and shelter to go around. A mindset of fear and lack will shut off the flow of true abundance. Trust in the tides, because the flow always returns from the ebb. Chop wood, carry water, as the Chinese proverb says. Practice faith, and the treasure will be revealed. In fact, you will find it in plain sight. And honestly, the treasure is you. And as you start to discover your unique link to all that is, including nature, all that is around you, even the things and the structures that we've built to kind of be a testament to our unique creative expression, you will find your place within it, but it has to come from you. It has to emerge from you. And in order for that to happen, you do have to engage with all aspects of yourself, especially the parts that you've been ignoring, which is what brings about this discontent, or this discontent, like a dark night of the soul, triggers this awakening process. So this is very beautiful, and it sounds very much like rebirth as well. So I definitely invite you to check out the program and see if it resonates for you. Let's get into your reading.